Our last visit ended just as the masons were erecting scaffolding along the sidewalk in front of the IOKA. This was in preparation for the start of work on the face of the 109-year-old building. Work commenced just after Christmas and took several weeks to complete. The first task was a relocation of the 3 large sandstone markers that identify the structure as the Mayor Building. These sections and 2 smaller sandstone end caps were relocated to the top tier of the building. Moving these historic markers was no easy task. Fortunately, the masons performed their work flawlessly. An early January snowstorm delayed the start of work on the new roof, but did not delay the arrival of the elevator. The elevator was delivered in a dozen various-sized palletized boxes. Some of the taller boxes barely made it through the only entrance to the IOKA, the front door. Once inside, each box was unpacked, and the technicians began to assemble the elevator piece by piece over the course of the next 6 weeks. Back on the outside of the building, the thin meshing around the scaffolding was replaced with heavy tarps. The tarps trapped some warmth and protected the face of the IOKA from the elements as masons moved on to their next task, cutting the openings for the 5 new windows on the upper floor of the building. The new windows offer panoramic views of downtown Exeter, as well as the historic bandstand and the Exeter Town Hall. With the windows completed, the masons started the cosmetic repair to the brick face of the IOKA. The old cement grouting was filed down and replaced with new mortar. While the masons were working on the face of the building, a January thaw melted all of the snow that had accumulated on the roof. This allowed crews to start a major task that had slowed all other interior work until its completion, the installation of the new roof. The new roof was installed over the course of 4 days. A special low-temperature adhesive was used despite the relatively mild winter temperatures to ensure a watertight seal was achieved. With the new roof finally installed, crews set out to complete the process of closing off the building to the elements. The final exterior glass doors and windows were installed on the street level and lower riverside level of the building. The interior ceiling-to-floor glass doors and windows that define the new main entrance hallway to the IOKA were also installed. With the building now watertight and protected from the elements, crews started insulating each floor of the building, a messy task that will take several weeks to complete. We spoke to Florence Ruffner of Ruffner Real Estate, the listing agent for both the IOKA and the former Travel and Nature store. We asked Florence about how it felt to finally have the IOKA project well underway after the building had sat vacant for almost 12 years.
It had been neglected for a long time. It had gone to foreclosure. There was a tree growing out of the roof. It really essentially needed everything. The developers who purchased it have done a wonderful job. It was quite a project, but they were experienced, which that building had to have. There will be 8 residential units upstairs on the 3rd and 4th floor. The ones on the back of the river obviously have decks overlooking our beautiful river. It's flowing beautifully right now. And the 1st floor is retail, and the lower level that has a beautiful deck right on the river. That could either be a speakeasy or a restaurant, and as you know, we have so many fabulous restaurants in Exeter right now. We have become a destination, and you need reservations in Exeter now.
As the calendar turned a page from February to March, a new page was turning in the history of the IOKA building. As the tarps and scaffolding came down from the face of the building, they reveal for the first time the new 5 windows in the upper level of the Mayor building. The installation of new doors, windows, and canopies along the street level will be the next task performed. The work completed to date allows us a first glimpse at what will be a restored look of the Mayor building. Crews are currently working on installing 3 new sections of canopies that will be keeping the original historic look of the IOKA. The IOKA lettering that will run vertically along the face of the building will be installed later this spring.